Hello, this is Thomas. I've created a quick video. If this video helps you, you can click on like. If you're curious about my new video for teachers which I'm preparing, don't miss it and click on subscribe. Everything you need to know is in first 4 minutes. This guide is only valid for teachers, as hosts. For students, there is no change. They will only have to enter a password to a meeting. They will do it without problems, because in my guide for students, we count on the fact that the students have ID and password from you. Majority of teachers were using meeting password anyway. What happened really? Since 4 April, Zoom has changed security policy and forced you some settings as if Zoom was your administrator. Zoom forces you now to use a password in meetings even if you didn't have one. This seems to be only temporary lock for a short period of time. And the second thing is that Zoom has enabled waiting room in your account. That means your students connect with ID and password and they will get stuck in waiting room until you let them in. So today you woke up and you ran conference and your meeting ID is not changing. You can set start with video on. Let's have a meeting. So teacher Ken is now connected. And here we can see when I click on this eye in the left corner. Here we can see our meeting ID and our password. So starting from today, you have to have password even if you didn't want it. Don't worry, we'll change it to something easier, like 4-digit. Second thing is waiting room. The student will now connect the usual way with ID and password. But now when Zoom activated your waiting room, this message will appear on student's screen. And you as a teacher have to do the next step. At the bottom part of the app, a new pop-up appeared. Someone is waiting in the waiting room. You can click on admit, which admit participant into conference. And that's the waiting room. So we can see that Ken's boy would like to participate. Let's have a look on the whole waiting room. So here where you click on manage participants, you can see who is already in the conference and who is in the waiting room. Click on admit, and that's it, the boy is in. You have to admit every single one, and that's bothering. So let's see what we can do about it. Let me finish this meeting. We need to do 2 things. Set a simple 4-digit password and turn off the waiting room. You can lock the room once all students are in, and that's secure enough. I'll show you a simple way how to set this up in application. And for those who are interested, as a bonus, I will show you how to set these settings in a Zoom web page. Let's open the Zoom app again. Click on Meetings. Click on Edit. See, you can't turn off the password, that's the temporary change. Here you can change your password to something simple. For example, I will go with 2233. The ideal is when you enter 4-digit password maybe. People are psychologically used to that from phones. Great, now let's disable the waiting room. Click on Advanced Options. See, the room is on, so uncheck this box. And now all your students will go directly into your conference room after entering ID and password. Click on Save, and that's it. When you click on Show Meeting Invitation, we can see what is your meeting ID, this number in my case, and the password is the one I chose. You choose your own. Let's try it. Click back on the Home button. New meeting. When we again click on letter I in the circle, left corner, we see my ID is still the same, password is easy to remember. And you can see Ken's son is connected without waiting in the waiting room instantly. And that's all what's substantial for today. You can turn off the video now if you want, but if you have time, I can share something about web invites with you and setting the Zoom in using web interface. Of course, you can access Zoom using web link, not only ID and password. So you see ID and password. And here is one interesting thing. This is linked to a meeting. And see, this PWD means password. The password is included in encrypted form, but the invite links. I already mentioned this in my previous video. I can see this is a problem for beginners. It all starts like this. You send the link to students using some messenger and they want to connect from completely different device. In that moment, they have to forward the link. If they are beginners, it will stop them to use conference. Guess my point is, if your users haven't used links by now, only meeting ID, please don't start using links now. It's not a bad thing, but it's not good for beginners. You might as well confuse them really. Next bonus is a Zoom account setting using web page. In the web interface, you can set all settings that are in application and even more. If you set something in the web page, it's like a parent settings. They are superior. So let's go to web page, zoom.us, sign in, use your Zoom login email and password, click on sign in. In case you're not in the right place, click on your name. Click on your icon in upper right corner, then email. Now click on settings. See, here you can set everything. I will talk about it in a video which I prepare about unbehaved students during lessons. So for example, if you enable personal meeting ID for instant meetings, on the right side you immediately can see that you are out of default and you can see which settings you've changed. That's really nice feature. And here is the change. Locked by admin, you cannot disable password. I think this is temporary thing. We can change the password though. Just click on the small pencil, change it, save it. Check this out. As soon as I enabled personal meeting IDs for instant meetings, it will immediately transform to application. I don't even have possibility to change it anymore. That means the web settings are parent settings. My name is Thomas and I thank you for your attention.